Jacob Artist joined the cast of Glee last season and quickly became one of the show's most popular new stars. His character, Jacob Parkerman's solo rendition of Let Me Love You, has garnered nearly 5 million views on YouTube. He's back for his sophomore season on the show and joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. I have to say, first of all, that you can often see what a person's like when, especially when we have a lot of guests here who are well known in television and movies, by the way they react to watching themselves. And you were so almost shy watching yourself sing, still despite all the success.
Yeah, it's funny. I think they'll never get old watching yourself sing. It's kind of like, oh, okay, there I am going for it. So,
so you're back together, obviously, as a cast now. We have to talk about what happened with Corey Monteith, obviously a beloved Canadian actor, and it was announced yesterday that the third episode will be called The Quarterback.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that episode?
Yeah, our third episode is going to be The Quarterback, and it's going to be a tribute to him. And it's one of my favorite episodes. It was so beautifully well done, and I think it just really represents all the love and respect that everybody on Glee had for him. So
he'll be missed, right?
Yes.
I mean, what a family you guys are.
Totally.
That must have been so emotional to know you were walking in that day to do it. Were people, how did they cope with it through the day? Did you have to take breaks?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you know, it was difficult, but I think being in an environment that he loves so much has been just kind of a really great healing process for everybody. You know, we're kind of all there to lean on each other, so I think that's definitely helped.
So season 5 of Glee kicks off next week on Global on Thursday. I'm wondering, what was it like when you started in the cast? You were there, last season, and this show is already established, all these celebrities, all these stars. Were you intimidated at all?
Of course, yeah. I was a fan of the show prior to going on it, so that first day on set, I remember it was in the choir room, and it was my scene with Mark Sailing, and I was like so nervous. But they were so welcoming and so great, so they made it really fun.
Can you tell me what your audition was like?
Yeah, so I went in, initially the very first audition was just singing, and so then it was a callback with acting, and I actually did old Puck scenes because they weren't releasing any of the new material yet, and then it just kind of snowballed from there, and before I knew it, I was testing for Ryan Murphy and all the execs at Fox.
What's Ryan Murphy like? I mean, he's the creator of Glee. He is the man who put it all together.
Yeah, he's great. He's so smart, and every time you talk to him, I just feel like you really take something from it. I mean, he's running 3 shows. He's brilliant. He's brilliant.
How has it changed your life?
I mean, it's been different ever since the phone call, I think. But just a lot busier, more singing. But it's been an unbelievable ride for sure.
Do you get chased by the girls like you are around Toronto today?
Not too bad. Those Toronto girls are great. Yeah, they are.
They're outside waving at you.
They're really great, yeah.
Did you turn down Juilliard in order to do this, and how did your parents feel about that?
Well, I was accepted into Juilliard after I graduated high school, but Glee came a little bit later in the game. But they've just been unbelievable. They've been so supportive from day one, kind of with anything that I've wanted to do. So they were really great.
I guess going to Juilliard is to lead to this point anyway.
Yeah, exactly, essentially, yeah.
With that
it's
kind
funny
of
that I'm
experience.
dancing now in my job after I danced my whole life.
I want to ask that, or do you consider yourself a dancer who sings and acts? Are you an actor who sings and dances? How do you define yours?
I would say at this point probably an actor, just because that's what I've been doing now for like 3 years. But yeah, I was a dancer age 5 to 17. That was kind of my thing. So.
Did you grow up in an artistic family where that was nurtured,
in Buffalo?
I did, yeah, in Buffalo, yes.
That creative mecca?
Yeah. It was, you know, my parents aren't really super artsy, but I just kind of instinctually as a child was always moving around, and they were like, do you want to dance? And I was like, at 5 years old, yeah, let's do it. And then it just kind of, I fell in love with it, so.
How was it growing up on a border town or in a border town? Did you come over to Canada a lot?
I did, actually. I was just saying Clifton Hill as a kid, that fun house, that was like my spot. I loved it over there.
Really?
Yeah,
so you were going over to Niagara Falls all the time?
Yeah,
then?
Niagara
that was
Falls.
The deal?
The last time I actually was in Toronto, I was probably like 15. But yeah, it's such a great city here. I love Canada.
It's so great that you're here in Toronto, along with Darren Criss, who's another favorite of ours. He's been here on the morning show, and you're here for Meet a Wee Day, which is really a movement well, especially if people are going to be there, all your fans, the Glee fans. This is obviously a great opportunity to talk to other kids and make a difference.
Definitely. I think, you know, being a part of this, I didn't really know what it was about, and then when they asked me to do it and I found out, I was totally excited. It's just basically inspiring a generation to act, because as you know, kids are so powerful, and I think sometimes if they have that inspiration and motivation, that's all that it takes. So.
Well, it's so great to have you here, and season 5 of Glee debuts next Thursday right here on Global, and as we just mentioned, you will be part of Wee Day at the ACC here in Toronto a little later today.
Yes.
Jacob Artist, thank you.
Thank you guys. It was a pleasure. Thank you.